Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to the Lady Beaverbrook Gymnasium here on the campus of the University of New Brunswick and St. Thomas University. Second volleyball action of the day here. This will be a women's matchup. Host St. Thomas Tommies and the visiting Holland College Hurricanes. This is a matchup of the top two teams in the conference. Holland College comes into this one 10-1, 20 points, first place. 132 sets dropped to 11. St. Thomas Tommies, fresh off a 5-set victory last night here at home against Crandall. 9-2, right on their heels. 18 points. 28-set victories. 18 sets dropped. Won 3 in a row. Right behind this Tommy crew. Coming in today's action, Mount A at 8-3, MSVU at 8-3. And then the standings carry on down from there. Holland College ranked 8th nationally. The only ranked team from the ACAA. Are the Hurricanes. Other games, of course, going on this afternoon. USTA and MSVU and UKC at Mount A. Haven't had the opportunity to check in on those games yet. We're having the officials announced here. This is Think Pink Day for the Tommies. Tommies are playing in their pink t-shirts, as well as Seniors Day for the Tommies. Number 3 starter for the Hurricanes, Maya Utrosa. Number 6 is Jenna O'Neill. 11 is Gerbig. 12, Katya Baranaba. 13 is Shyla Redding. And 14 is Morgan White. Libero will be number 1 from right here in Fredericton, New Brunswick, Jenna McFarland. 3 scratches for the Hurricanes, including the injured Ava Bicel. Got 110 kills, and she'll be on the bench for Coach Hayden Nickel. Starters for the Tommies. Danica Godin, number 3. Chloe Little, number 4, drawing a start here after a strong performance last night. Number 5 is going to be Abby Langtang. Number 8 is going to be Maddie McGregor. 5'11" middle out of Truro in her second year from Cobequid. 11 is going to be Caitlin Jones. The center right from Fredericton. And number 17 is going to be Megan Bowen. 2 liberos. Number 1 will be Fleck. And number 15 will be Madison Ball. It will be Fleck and Caitlin Jones, who are the grads for the Tommies. Final regular season home action for Fleck and Caitlin Jones. Grad ceremony, I believe, will follow this game. So it will come up at the end. We will stick around on the webcast for the grad ceremony. Assuming all goes as planned. Good crowd on hand for this one, as there should be. 1 and 2 teams in the country. Tommies will get the opening serve. And it will be Caitlin Jones who will put it in play to the Hurricanes. That's played by Redding, and coming out of the back row is O'Neill. Point Holland College. Jenna O'Neill out of Cornwall. And now it will be Morgan White, number 14, who will serve for the Hurricanes. That one goes just long out the back. Point to the Tommies. Fleck and Ball will exchange. And Abby Langtang will serve for St. Thomas. Langtang, good get there by Gerbig from the left side, and out was O'Neill on the swing. Langtang played from the back row by White. McGregor, White, played over for the Tommies. Jones sets up Bowen. Good get by McFarland, the libero. On the attack is Gerbig, blocked by the Tommies. Point St. Thomas. That's Langtang into the net. 3-2 Tommies, early going set one. Barnaba back in. Number 12 out of New South Wales, Australia. McGregor. Little hesitation and then the kill. Gets that in front of Morgan White. Ball to Libero out. Back in Chloe Little. McGregor, that one was going long maybe, but played by the Hurricanes. Barnaba changes pace. Nice play by Katya Barnaba. To dump that one over. Hurricanes on the serve. Jones tips that one. Nice play by Jones to keep it alive. That's going to be called a carry on Jones. 4-4. Jenna O'Neill serves for the Hurricanes. That's going to be off the hands of Langtang, out of bounds. Bowen hustles for it. Hurricanes go in front. O'Neill has 17 service aces coming into this one. Jones sets it up for Danica Godin, who gets the clean kill. Should mention these teams have met once already on the year. That was in Charlottetown. That went all Holland College. That was a straight set victory for Holland College in that one. Bicel, Gerbig, and O'Neill, the big point getters for Holland College. But much has happened in the meantime. That was early November. In fact, November 7th on the island. Here, multiple months later, it is a matured Tommy team and a bit of a beat-up Hurricanes team who are missing Bicel today. 8-5 Tommies. Godin. Good dive by White, but it's into the stands. O'Neill can't get there. Hayden Nickel calls timeout. To talk it over on the Hurricane sideline. And again for the Tommies, Coach McKay is a scratch in this one, along with Lauren Moricky, Megan McDonald, and Gabby Melanson. So it will be Coach Story who is in charge on the Tommy sideline this afternoon, as was the case last night against Crandall. And a good crowd here for this one. Great to see these top two teams in the conference. And of course, ranked nationally number 8 Hurricanes have to think that a Tommy victory this afternoon would earn them a national ranking. However, look at the rankings. It's 3 teams out of the Pac West. VIU Mariners have already punched their ticket to Charlottetown for the Nationals. Are first. 4 out of the Alberta Conference, the ACAC. 3 out of Ontario, 3 out of Quebec, and 1 each out of Atlantic and Manitoba. (10-5) Tommies opening set. Danica Godin continues to serve. Played by Gerbig. Fleck. Jones. Bowen. Redding for Gerbig. Gerbig with the kill. And that will be Gerbig, the left side out of Charlottetown. Leading point getter for the Hurricanes on the year with 154. 61 service aces on the serve for the Hurricanes. Good looking serve there. You can see why there's so many aces. Playing it at the net is Bernaba. The Hurricanes trim 2 points off that 5-point Tommy lead fairly quickly. Gerbig again on the serve. Played by Langtang, and now Godin out of the back row. That's up around the net, tipped over. Jones gets it back. Good rally. Bernaba, we're going to have a double hit, though, called on the Hurricanes. Will break Gerbig's service and send Megan Bowen back to the service line. Crandall had a big target painted on Bowen last night. Seemed to come at her with a lot of serves and a lot of attacks. That was Redding on the attack. Now Bernaba off a Tommy block out of bounds. Point for Holland. Checking back in number 3, Maya Utrosa. In for the Libero. And it will be Bernaba on the serve. Little gets it through the Hurricane block of Utrosa. Point, Tommies. Libero out, and Maddie McGregor back in as Chloe Little serves for St. Thomas. White gets it down in front of Megan Bowen. Point Hurricanes in a tight first set. Expect nothing less between the 2 top teams in the conference. Tommy's looking to even records with a victory here today. Little excuse me shot found the net and over Shyla Redding. Redding out of Grand Prairie, Alberta. The setter taking sport and recreation management. 299 assists on the year does Redding. Second serve into the net for Redding. Now the opposing setter, Caitlin Jones. Rotates back into position. Jones. Played by the Hurricanes, Redding. And the kill there by Maya Utrosa. Utrosa out of Brooklyn, but not the one you're thinking of, Brooklyn, Ontario. 13-11 Tommies. And it'll be Morgan White set to serve. White with the clean ace between Ball and Langtang. And now Morgan White Jones, and that's going to be a double hit on Caitlin Jones. Ties us at 13. The official summoning the Holland College player to the stand for a discussion. That's the captain, Redding. The setter will communicate back to Coach Hayden Nickel. Nickel doing double duty, coaches the men's team as well. Had some of that communication from the officials in the men's game. That one's into the scorer's table, and the scorer's table readjusts after pulling the table back a little bit. 14-13 Hurricanes as they go in front. Morgan White will continue service. White, service ace in front of Megan Bowen. And we have timeout taken by the Tommies as the Hurricanes go up 2. Don't have heights. Looked on the Holland College website for heights of the Hurricanes. Did not find those listed. Maybe I just didn't dig far enough. But they are certainly a long-looking team. You see them stand next to some of the Tommy players. Every bit as big and bigger, it seems, at least from my vantage point. And I was down on the floor briefly speaking to the coaches during warm-up. Not a lot of players on the Holland College squad, but the ones that are there certainly seem to have lots of length. A little bit of momentum on the side of the Hurricanes. They're set out of the timeout and lead by 2. Let's see if that broke the service momentum of Morgan White. Often does in the timeout. White, the jump serve. Ball gets a hand on that, but again, it is White scoring on the serve. Bowen, Jones. Langtang off the block. Good get by McGregor. Godin on the attack. McFarland, White, and Gerbig. Violation on the Tommies on the net. 17-13 now. Morgan White will serve for Holland. Jones, Godin, McFarland on the dig. Big swing from Gerbig, who gets it down in front of Caitlin Jones. 18-13. Strong service game here from Morgan White. String of Hurricane points as a result. Jones was racing in front of that one. Godin might have been a better choice. Rebecca Pippi, number 6, will check in for Danica Godin on the left side. Substitution for Coach Story. Morgan White. Tough serve from White. Langtang, Jones, McGregor. Played by Redding. Tipped over and good get by Caitlin Jones. Free ball from Langtang. Redding sets up Gerbig, who goes back corner and in. What placement from Sam Gerbig. Winds up and finds that back corner. Tommies really need to break the momentum here of the Hurricanes and the Morgan White serve. That's going to be a clean service ace as it falls behind ball in the corner. So what was a close set, the Tommies having struggled here against the serve of White. The Hurricanes have momentum and a significant lead here in set one. That's going to be Langtang, who finally gets a point for the Tommies. I think that was Gerbig who got part of that one. But it will be now Abby Langtang who looks to get the Tommies back in this first set against the first place Hurricanes. Played by White, and there's a point. Good dig, good dive there by Shyla Redding. Langtang in her first year out of Leo Hayes and the Reds program. 2 serves in a row. Closes the gap for the Tommies. Langtang is springy. Redding. That's going to go off the block. O'Neill on the attack will get the kill. Bernaba will come back in as the Libero McFarland goes to the bench. And it is Utrosa on the serve. McGregor looked for the back corner, couldn't find it. Timeout, Tommies. The Hurricanes, a happy bunch as they go to the bench. Tommies looking to regroup. Again, only the first set. Top 2 teams in this conference. And a reminder, we'll have one more volleyball game from here this weekend. It will be the Tommy men and the Hurricane men. That'll go tomorrow at noon. They just played here earlier before this one. Was the Tommies taking it in 4 sets after dropping the first. Took 3 straight against the Hurricanes. Utrosa on the serve. Bowen comes right back to the Hurricanes. Redding. White. That's going to be a clean kill from the back row. 24-16. Set point for the Hurricanes. Pippi will come out. Godin will come back in. Utrosa into the net. And now the Libero McFarland in as Utrosa goes to the bench. Maddie McGregor serves for the Tommies. Redding, Bernaba off the hands of Jones, and that'll do it for the first set. It'll go 25-17, Holland College Hurricanes. Started out tight and close until we got about a dozen points apiece, roughly around that area. And the Hurricanes, behind a strong service run of Morgan White, took control of the first set. It'll finish 25-17, Holland College. Take a short break. Be back in about 2 with action from set number 2. Welcome back for set 2 here from the Lady Beaverbrook Gymnasium. Host St. Thomas Tommies trailing the Holland Hurricanes 1-0. Top 2 teams in the conference. Holland is first, Tommies right now in second. 10-1 and 9-2 are the records coming into this one. And it will be the Hurricanes to open serve first. That is Shyla Redding. Redding, 26 service aces on the year, coming into this match this afternoon in what is the Tommies' final home game of the season. Little plays that one over, played by Redding. McFarland on the far side. That was O'Neill. Godin, Jones with the setter's dump. And it works. The Hurricanes can't get there. Shyla Redding with the dive. But it's the veteran savvy move from Caitlin Jones. Gets the Tommies on the board first in set 2. Jones. Played by Gerbig. Redding. Tipped over by Utrosa. That's Langtang on the attack. Redding for O'Neill. Appears to be off of Bowen and out of bounds. Point Hurricanes. And it will be Morgan White who had a really effective service run in set number 1. Back to serve for Holland College early in the second set. Again, the service trouble for St. Thomas. That's Ball and Bowen that crossed up on that attempt. Morgan White again for Bowen and Ball. And that's going to be a service ace for Morgan White. Bowen. Jones tries to play that off the net. Good get by Langtang to keep that alive. On the attack, though, are the Hurricanes and Jenna O'Neill with the kill. Hurricanes are pumped up. Morgan White again continuing to serve. Played by Ball for Jones, and Langtang gets it through the block of Gerbig and Utrosa. Big point there for the Tommies. Fleck and Ball exchange. And it will be Abby Langtang to serve for the Tommies. Played by McFarland. Redding. Gerbig on the tip. Out of bounds. Langtang skims the net and gets a break. It goes in for the Tommies in front of Jenna McFarland. Go as an ace for Langtang. 4-4, set 2. Langtang. That one also falls in for Langtang. Right on the back line. 5-4 Tommies. McFarland, Redding, Gerbig with the nice tip over the Tommy block. That was Chloe Little and Danica Godin. And that will be Ball and Fleck exchanging as Maya Utrosa serves. Played there, Langtang, Jones, Godin. Godin gets it through the block and off a couple Hurricanes out of bounds. Utrosa out. McFarland in. Chloe Little on the serve. Rating for O'Neill. That's power on that far side for Jenna O'Neill. And it will be O'Neill to serve, tied at 6. Bowen, Jones, Godin. Good dive by McFarland. Rating knocks it over. Godin again on the attack. Good get by McFarland. Gerbig crosses over Caitlin Jones. Point for the Hurricanes. Jenna O'Neill. Ball. Jones. Rating for Bernaba. Bernaba with the kill in front of the Tommies. Jenna O'Neill. Played by Fleck. Again, the serves of the Hurricanes seem to be the difference here. Riley Horton up off the bench will sub in for Megan Bowen. Jenna O'Neill. Let's see if O'Neill tries Horton right away. She does. Good play by Horton, who will attack out of the back row. And it will be Riley Horton getting the point for the Tommies to send Godin to the service line. Too hot to handle for White from Danica Godin. (9-8) Hurricanes. Godin serves again. Played by O'Neill. Redding. Out of the back row is White, blocked by two Tommies. Now Gerbig is blocked again by two Tommies. That's Caitlin Jones, who got most of that one. Ties us at 9. Good energy here in the building. These athletes deserve it. Godin, McFarland, Redding. Bernaba just plays it over. Opportunity here for the Tommies. Langtang from the back row sneaks it over the net. What a dive by Gerbig. I thought she got there. The officials ruled that one down. Godin, tough serve. Bernaba shows off the power. Clean kill. Tied at 10. Much like the way the first part of the first set went, has been the second set. Tight and competitive. Was until at least the Hurricanes went on a service run. That's Gerbig into the tape. And it'll be Riley Horton to serve for St. Thomas. Horton gets the serve in. Gerbig, McFarland. And that is Morgan White, who finds the gap in front of Horton, who can't stretch out quite far enough. 11-11. Bernaba on the serve. Played there by Ball. Too many hits for the Tommies. Bernaba Gets it between Horton and Ball for the clean ace. That one goes at Langtang. And finishing it right at the net is Maya Utrosa. Bernaba, played by Langtang, Jones. Langtang, that one is in. Tommy's needed that to break the service momentum. Maddie McGregor. Reading. And that's going to be Morgan White with a clean kill. Shyla Redding, the setter, on the serve. Horton. Jones with the tip over, played by O'Neill. Redding. Double hit. Jones. Redding. Tipped over by the Hurricanes. That was Utrosa. Chloe Little on the dive, but it will be a resulting Hurricane point. And Morgan White back to serve again. She has been really strong this afternoon on the serve. That's my first jinx of the afternoon. Unintentional, of course. Trailing by 2, it's Abby Langtang. Langtang into the net. Ball and fleck exchange. Bernaba comes in for McFarland. And Utrosa serves. That one is long. 3 service errors in a row. 2 by the Canes, 1 by the Tommies. Chloe Little will look to change that run of luck. O'Neill. Langtang is right there. McGregor blocked by Bernaba. That one falls in the middle of the Tommies. Little out, ball in as the libero. 18-15 Holland College. Jenna O'Neill serves. Second set. Net, Langtang on the get. Horton gets that one over. Gerbig. Redding. Back row is White. Jones. Now Godin on the attack. Redding sets that one up for O'Neill. Ball. Jones. Horton off the Hurricane block and out of bounds. That was Shyla Redding there on the block. Angled it out. And it will be Danica Godin serving for Stu. Played by White. Played over now by Gerbig. Jones on the tip. That pass was sailing a little long, so she just decided to tip it over. Ended up being a smart play for Caitlin Jones as it finds the back of the court. Tommy's now within 1, second set. Godin serves. Redding. Gerbig on the near side. Too strong for Haley Fleck. Sam Gerbig, the leading point getter on the season for the Hurricanes coming into this. We'll go back to serve. Listed with 61 service aces coming into this one. Strong serves for the Hurricanes. Riley Horton has that go out of bounds. Caitlin Jones pursues to the scorer's table. Bowen set to check in. Will be Riley Horton coming off. '17 Hurricanes. Sam Gerbig releases the serve. Good get by Ball. But that falls in the middle of the Tommy. Someone's got to go get that one. Bowen and McGregor in the area. Gerbig. Canes up 4, second set. Bowen. Played back by the Tommies. Redding out of the back row. Gerbig goes just long. And now it will be Megan Bowen. The decent game serving last night against Crandall. Played by McFarland. Redding. White gets the kill by Bowen. 22-18 now. A little discussion there with the ball person on the far side. To not bounce the ball while play is going on, I believe was the message. Bernaba on the serve. Played by Bowen. Jones. McGregor off the block. Played by McGregor. Jones sets up Langtang. Blocked again. Good get by Ball. Jones. Bowen from the back row sends it airmail out to the end. 23-18 Hurricanes. Momentum breaker here as Coach Story calls a timeout. Reminder of the remaining action for these teams. Holland College will play at Crandall tomorrow early evening. That's a 6 o'clock start. So the Holland College men will play here at noon. They will, I assume, travel as a group, men and women together on the bus down to Crandall. Stop there for the women's game before returning to Charlottetown later tomorrow night. After that, they will host UKC Saturday, March 5th in their final home game of the season. That'll be a 2 p.m. start at the MCCE. And for the STU Tommies, they will go on the road for the next two. A couple tough-looking matches there for STU. Dal AC, who has given the Holland Hurricanes their only defeat thus far this season. That'll be the opponent Friday, March 4th at 7 in the Dal AC campus. And then the next day, Saturday, March 5th, quick turnaround, 2 p.m. start in Halifax against Mount St. Vincent's. That will be how the Tommies close out the regular season. Talk a bit about the playoffs when we have another break. McGregor with the strong arm is too much for O'Neill. No conference playoff tournament, of course. The 8-9 teams will have a play-in game. That'll go March 6th. Quarterfinals on the 8th, semifinals the 10th, and finals on the 12th. All of March, hosted by the higher seed. Of course, with that 1 day in between each set of games. 24-19, another timeout taken by the Tommies. As they look to get themselves back into set number 2. Hurricanes took the first one 25-17 and are sitting on set point now at 24-19. So a lot on the line for the Tommies, not only in this one, but as you look at those other two road games. If they were to lose here, they would drop to 9-3. Pending the outcomes of the other games this afternoon, UKC at Mount A at 2 and USTA at Mount St. Vincent. It is Mount A and Mount St. Vincent right now at 8-3 coming in today's action. If they win today and the Tommies lose, that will be a 3-team logjam in second place, all at 9-3. And some tiebreakers would come into play there. Of course, still remaining games for all teams to be played. However, that's how bunched and tight first through fourth are in the standings here in the ACAA Women's Volleyball Conference. Big swing from Langtang, but the Hurricanes get it back. Jones, Little, blocked by the Canes. Double hit on the Hurricanes. That's going to be Morgan White, who will draw that whistle from the official. And now it will be Caitlin Jones trying to keep the Tommies alive in this second set. Gerbig, Redding, White sends that one too strong. Point to the Tommies. And now we're in a 3-point game. Jones. O'Neill blocked by the Tommies, out of bounds, and that will end set number 2. 25-21. Holland College takes it. They go up 2-0 on the host St. Thomas Tommies here in a battle of the teams with the top records in the conference. I'm Bill Gibson. You're watching ACAA.TV and Tommies TV on YouTube. I'm going to take about a 2-minute break and be back with action from the third set. Welcome back to the LB Gym for set number 3 action. Final home game for the St. Thomas women. They trail 2-0 to the Holland College Hurricanes. Hurricanes looking to close it out in straight sets fashion. Of course, the Tommies need to take this set to keep the match alive. Just had a quick look at the scores. One score already reported today. St. Anne lost at MSVU, so now MSVU moves to 9-3, tying the Tommies with 9 wins. So if the Tommies were to lose this one, they would have identical 9-3 records as MSVU in second place. Jones is wide to start set 3. First blood in the set to the Hurricanes. Where this is the Tommies' final home game, there will be the grad ceremony post-game. Haley Flack, Caitlin Jones here on Think Pink Day for the Tommies. They are the 2 grads. Serving into the net was White. And since we are in set 3 here, long way to go, and hopefully, from a Tommy perspective at least, they can extend the match. We'll take this early opportunity to say it's been my absolute pleasure to be bringing you this volleyball action, women's and men's, here for the Tommies again. My second year, and thanks for your patience as I learn a bit more about the game of volleyball. I learned in between matches here today what the card system is about and how that works from some of the officials. Didn't quite know what was going on there when cards were issued in the men's game earlier. So I've now learned a bit more about that. Again, very much privileged to be bringing you the action here from my perch in the pit. This volleyball season for this young Tommies team. A lot of growth I have seen, just as the guy who talks about them. Horton goes wide, and it's an early lead in set number 3 at 4-1 for Holland College. Maya Utrosa will drop back to serve for the Hurricanes. And of course, there's still lots of opportunity for the Tommies to be hosting playoff game. At least one, possibly more. Gerbig out the back. So it may not be the final Tommies action here on home court. However, until the final games are played and seedings are set, don't know what that is, but keep checking the ACAA website to make that determination. And follow along at gotommies.ca if you're a Tommies fan. O'Neill gets that through the Tommies block. 5-2 Hurricanes, and Jenna O'Neill will serve. Langtang Jones dumps that one over. Tipped out by the Hurricanes. Hurricanes were looking for a carry on Jones on that one. And they do get the carry called. 6-2 Hurricanes. O'Neill puts us in play. Jones with the dive, but it's not enough. Little frustration seeping into the Tommy game here. You can see why the Hurricanes are hosting national strong service games. Not a lot of players on the team, but they are playing a quality match here this afternoon against what is a very skilled and growing Tommies team. You can see what troubles they're giving the Tommies as Riley Horton goes cross court for the kill. And now it'll be Horton serving with the Tommies down 4 here in set number 3. Reading for Bernaba. Bernaba changes pace, just tips it over. Coach Hayden Nickel taps the temple on the sideline, says smart play. That's what I like to see. He's in a considerably better mood here in this women's game than the men's game that preceded. That nearly takes apart Reading at the net, does the power in that low serve. 8-4 Hurricanes. And Abby Langtang will serve. One thing I know from watching this Tommies team is there is absolutely no quit in the Tommies. They will stick with this one right to the final point for certain. And as we saw last night, the Tommies were up 2-0 before Crandall came charging back and forced the 5th set in what was a highly entertaining game. White is too strong for Abby Langtang. Maya Utrosa. The little shimmy as she comes into the game. Bernaba at 9-5. Bowen, Jones. That is wide from Danica Godin. Chloe Little and Julia Campbell up off the bench. Little, first year out of Rexton, and Marcel Francois Richard. And Julia Campbell, first year out of Sussex and the Sussex Regional High School Sonics. Bernaba. Langtang. That's going to be a carry on Campbell, double hit, rather. Just getting a note here in on my phone that Mount A was also victorious this afternoon against UKC. Thanks for that, folks at the ACAA. So it is Mount A, MSVU, tied with the Tommies at 9 wins. And if this holds up, they would all be tied with 9-3 records. I'd have to get out the abacus there to figure out those tiebreakers. But of course, with several games remaining for each team, still time to sort out how that top of the standings will look. Not sure what the discussion here is. Potential rotation issue after the substitution. That would be my guess. Coach Story conferring, it has to be a rotation discussion. Now the officials confer. We are at 12-5, third set. Hurricanes have taken the first two. So the Tommies are lining up. Campbell, Little, Godin in the front. Now we're going to have the subs in. So Jones and Little will come out. Little and Campbell will come out. Jones and Horton in. Whew, a lot of numbers going back and forth there. Bernaba. Jones. Swing is Godin and blocked at the net by Utrosa. Bernaba on the serve. Ball. Bowen. Bowen goes down the line. Nice kill for Megan Bowen. That's some life for the Tommies. Danica Godin, second year out of Ecole St. Anne here in Fredericton. Has 14 service aces on the year. Point to the Tommies. And Danica Godin on the serve. Little too tough there for Morgan White. See if the Tommies can build some momentum. White. Oh, good get there by Langtang to keep it alive. Horton. Bowen. Blocked at the net. Nice block by Utrosa. Horton again. That one is into the net. Didn't really get an opportunity to get reset, Riley Horton, before had to attack again. 14-8. Charlotte Redding will serve. White. Good get there by Ball. Redding, O'Neill. Got a violation there at the net. No, pardon me, a double hit. Thought someone had crossed the line. Jones with the Tommies trailing by 5, needing this third set to keep the match alive. Serves. Gerbig. McFarland. O'Neill. Jones. Played by McGregor. Through the Hurricane block, and they keep it going. Gerbig punts it back to the Tommies. Jones. Back set for Horton. Horton doesn't get a lot on it, but it's enough to find the open space. Not sure that was an intentional change of pace on Horton's part or not. Nonetheless, the Tommies will take it. Jones. Played by Gerbig. It's going to be a free ball back to the Tommies. Let's see if they get a good attack out of this. No, it's Fleck on the double hit. Gets the double high five from Coach Story on the way out. Encouragement for this young Tommies team. And it is Morgan White. Really changed the momentum of the first set with her service run. Again goes at Bowen. Jones. Horton. Oh, good get by McFarland. Redding for Gerbig. Oh, what get there from the Tommies as well. But the pinball goes out of bounds off of St. Thomas. Point to the Hurricanes. They've really asserted themselves here in set 3. Good get by Langtang. Jones. McGregor. Tip to the net. O'Neill. White. That's Ball. Jones. Horton. Oh, good get again by the Hurricanes. And Gerbig for Ball. Jones. McGregor. McGregor goes off of White. One of the better rallies we've had of the match so far. And a reminder, even with a couple games to go, there is a logjam at the top of the standings. So go to acaa.ca. I believe you click on sports in the corner and then women's volleyball. You get all the standings, and there will be some releases upcoming, I'm sure, of what the playoff picture looks like as we get down into the final few weeks and what the teams are playing for. Certainly the opportunity to host, important for all the teams in the ACAA. Bowen to serve. That one's powerful, but played by the Hurricanes. O'Neill. Bowen with a good get. Tommies can't control. We've got some subs here. Utrosa, who has been a bundle of energy on the Hurricane sideline all afternoon. Subs out. Coming in is Sarah Murphy. Number 4, a middle out of Charlottetown PEI. And out of Charlottetown PEI and a last name Murphy. No surprise, involved in travel and tourism management program at Holland College. That point goes to STU. Murphy out. And serving for the Tommies will be Maddie McGregor. Official says let's go. That was Gerbig. And now O'Neill, Bowen, Jones. Played for Godin. Godin off the block of Bernaba. And that finds the floor on the Hurricane side. Tommies very much staying in set number 3. Still trailed by 3. McGregor, Redding, Bernaba finishes that one. And it's Jenna O'Neill. Tape on the serve. Point St. Thomas. Ball and Fleck exchange in the Libero jerseys. That's the dark pink. And Riley Horton serves for the Tommies. Oh, that's a nice strong serve from Horton and a service ace. The Tommies can use that one, and it's timeout Hurricanes as the Tommies are getting a little bit of life. Reminder once again, the final Tommies regular season men's volleyball game tomorrow afternoon at 2. Pardon me, at noon, not at 2. That goes at noon tomorrow. If you show up at 2, you'll probably have missed it. So get here for noon. See that Tommy men team take on Holland College. Tommy women finish on the road. March 4th at Dal AC, March 5th at MSVU. For Hurricanes, they will go down the highway for a 6 o'clock gig in Moncton with Crandall tomorrow evening on their way back to PEI before finishing at home. The Prince of Wales campus, March 5th versus King's College, 2 p.m. start. And once all that action is done, we'll know who finished where and what the playoff situation looks like. ACAA.ca. Keep yourself informed. Standing stats, everything you want about the ACAA. 19-16, and it will be Gerbig. Will serve for Holland College. Gerbig on the serve, played by Ball. Jones. Horton from the back row. McFarland. Redding tips it over. Godin. Now Horton again from the back row. Jones has been looking for that back row set a few times in a row. Timeout St. Thomas at 20-16 in the third set. Reminder, this is grad day for the Tommies. Grads, Haley Flack, Caitlin Jones for Stu. There'll be a small ceremony after. We'll try to stick around on the webcast to at least get part of that. We'll not have the text from the public address announcer. The sound in this building, not the most acoustically friendly place from an announcer perspective to be able to get all the words here in the upper deck from my perch for the webcast. But we will stick around to see the two seniors who really, after all they've been through over the last couple years in the COVID situation, a lost year and a split year this year, the perseverance and dedication of all the athletes, absolutely admirable. Bowen with the dive. Langtang. Gerbig. Played for Bernaba, but it met at the net was Bernaba. Jones for Langtang. Gets it through to Hurricanes. Point Tommies. And there is lots of fight left in the Tommies here. That one is short by Abby Langtang. And it will be Katja Bernaba. New South Wales, Australia takes human services at Holland College. Serving. Ball, Bowen, Jones, bit of a free ball, but they get it back. Tipped over Utrosa. Now the Tommies have opportunity to go on the attack. Bowen gets it through the block, but played by Redding. Utrosa for Redding. That's Horton. Jones goes on the offensive. Redding out of the back row. O'Neill. Good get by Ball. Jones tips it over again. Redding. Gerbig. Tipped by White. Played by Langtang. Godin off the block. Good get by Jones. Now Bowen punches it over. Gerbig plays it. Redding. White. Langtang again. Jones. Bowen. Just long out the back. Good rally and good attack from Megan Bowen. Sails just long. The Hurricanes inch closer to closing the door on the Tommies in this match. Bernaba off of Bowen. Played by Langtang. Bowen. Bernaba. Redding. And that's Utrosa who gets the kill. At 23-17, Coach Story says, let's try another timeout. We fight for our lives in this one. All encouragement in the Tommy huddle. Can't, of course, hear what's being said, but you can tell from the body language of Coach Story. It's a positive message for these young Tommies against this 8th-ranked nationally team from Holland College. And it is Maya Utrosa blowing a kiss to the camera up here. As the Hurricanes return to the court. Bernaba. Bowen. Jones dumps it over. Bernaba. Redding. Blocked was White. Redding. White again. Played by Langtang. Jones. Bowen. That one is in and strong. The Hurricanes think that one was out. The lines judge says it's in. Tough to call that one that lands right in front of you as out. From a coach perspective, the line judge down the line, better angle. Nonetheless, some of the Hurricanes players thought the same. Unquestionably close. That one is out the back. And now it is 24-18. Match points for the Hurricanes with Shyla Redding rotating back to serve. Just a reminder, if this does end the match, we will stay here on the webcast at least briefly for the senior ceremony. Ball. Jones tips it over. McGregor is wide, and that will do it. So the Holland College Hurricanes show why they're number 1 in the conference and number 8 in the nation with a straight stretch victory over number 2 in the conference coming into today, the St. Thomas Tommies. It will go 25-17, 25-21, 25-18 in favor of Holland College. The Hurricanes will move to 11-1, 22 points, all alone in first. The Tommies will create a logjam in second place at 9-3 with Mount A and MSVU. 2 games remaining for each of the combatants in this one and indeed around the league. So lots to be determined in terms of seedings and matchups. And I will have the seniors recognized for St. Thomas And first it's class here from the Tommies recognizing the Holland Hurricanes graduates. That's Gerbig and Beisel. Beisel there in the walking boot. Hurricanes hope that heals up. I didn't ask about what that injury is. Certainly that would be a great addition for them for nationals. Now it will be Caitlin Jones and Haley Fleck. Both players also have a CCA National Scholar to their credit. Jones in 1920, Fleck in 2021, and that is Fleck getting the flowers and hugs from the coaches. In terms of National Scholars, they are joined by Gabby Melanson and Danica Godin, current Tommy members, CCA National Scholars. And this will be Caitlin Jones. Coach McKay, I'm sure, wishes he could be here for this ceremony. Always a bit bittersweet. So Flack out of Steelman, Saskatchewan, and Caitlin Jones out of right here in Fredericton, New Brunswick, recognized for their dedication and strong play for the Tommies over the years. Always a bit bittersweet for these student athletes. So that will bring the ceremony to an end. And we will wrap up here from the Lady Beaverbrook Gymnasium. The Holland College Hurricanes move to 11-1. Tommies drop into a three-way tie for second at 9-3. ACAA.ca will have information on the playoff picture, standings, and the game schedule, all of that. Go check that out. Once again, from my privileged perch here in the pit, it's been a pleasure to bring you the action here between two high-quality teams. Get out and check out the remaining parts of the schedule. Tommy Men and Hurricanes here tomorrow at noon will be the last regular season home volleyball here. Check the teams out on the road and then look for that playoff schedule. Get yourself to a gym. Support these athletes. On behalf of everyone here at St. Thomas, I'm Bill Gibson. Have a great afternoon. See you again.